Barcelona. And actually, they're my stinker of the week.
Fair.
I don't know if you've seen, but this season they've had 8 points from 6 league games. They're 12th in the league, 8 points behind Madrid already. 6 games in, they're 8 points behind Madrid. Koeman looks like he's in a lot of trouble. I think the only glimmer of hope that they kind of have and the positivity is that their president, which we said last week wouldn't get re-elected and he would be forced out, has actually resigned now. So that's happened this week as well. But he's left them in a horrendous financial
I was
situation.
going to say the finances, yeah.
They're literally begging players to take wage cuts. And did you see, by the way, that when in his resignation kind of like press conference, he said that the answer to their financial situation, he said, what we're going to do, this was genuinely what he said. He said, what we're going to do is we're going to join the European Super League and that will sort out our financial situation. And it's like, a European Super League that hasn't been agreed and pretty much everyone is rejecting will ever happen. That's your solution. It shows you how mad the running of that club has been for the last 6 years since he took over. You look at the downfall of that team since he took over.
The signings don't make any sense.
The signings don't make any sense. The whole culture of the club. And this is what I always think about football, is that you can always think that no matter what's happening sort of off the pitch and upstairs and everything like that, it's on the pitch where it matters in terms of for the fans and everything like that. You don't realise how much of an impact it can have because you forget that they're a day-to-day thing as well. So the whole culture of the place and everything and the mood, the whole atmosphere, the morale, everything that then leads into performance, like any other business, is so badly affected by sort of, the tension and the negative tension that's involved there.
Sorry, HR.
So I think, yeah, exactly. I think that him resigning, though, I think it's a huge positive for the whole club. I think the financial situation is a huge worry. But if they're currently in big trouble. If they can get sort of a massive overhaul of that squad, and I'm not necessarily talking about bringing players in, their youth prospects look really promising. The academy looks like it's going to deliver another generation yet again. Big surprise, which is incredible and a massive achievement for them anyway. If they can overhaul those big earners who maybe are not pulling their weight, give the chances to the academy prospects, get a manager in who, I know Koeman does actually have the same values as them, but he's not a talented enough manager, which is a weird thing to say, but from an international point of view, he's a very talented manager. Club level, he's never really done it. And he's had enough chances now. We're talking about, 10 clubs or so across 4 different leagues, I think. Yeah. And he's never really done it apart from Southampton. And even then, it kind of, it was, up and down. So I think if they can get maybe like a maybe Xabi Alonso, who I think is currently leading his Real Sociedad team to top of the table, above everyone in La Liga at the moment. If they can get someone like that, who's going to play that type of football that they play. And I don't know about you, but for me, I want them back. It's sad at Barcelona particularly when we were growing up through our sort of peak footballing years in terms of following it and playing it and, loving it and getting involved in every aspect of it. Barcelona have been elite for the last, for as long as Messi's been in his prime, basically.
Yeah, I remember when watching like Rivaldo on like Saturday night on Sky Sports. He's like absolutely love it. He's one of my favourite players, and that's when I was 10. So that's that's 20 years ago. So they're an elite club, but I think they've just had a bit of a purple patch in reality. I think they had Ronaldinho and that team, and then Messi follows straight.
Well, Messi has been the game changer, because I mean, if you look, I saw a stat this week that said Puyol by the age of 27 had won 0 trophies.
Yeah,
and by the time he retired at 34, he had won 24.
Yeah, exactly. It was they had the best. Well, we argue it the best player ever to play the game in his team. So of course they were going to do well. But I'm looking at it because I was looking at the financial things. I was like, just ridiculous. How can they be in that state? The size of that club. But he's on £1 million a week.
Is Griezmann also on £900,000 a week?
4 or 5, I think. He's on like 450 grand a week. Yeah. But after those two, it's kind of like the what Chelsea have done and what Coutinho did for Liverpool. But after those two, nobody else is really that big an earner. Like nobody else has got like that crazy money. It's those two who are on crazy figures. But it does make you think that, I know you're never going to say a team's better without Messi, but he obviously is getting to that stage now where he isn't at the peak of his powers. He is playing a different role. Is there a case for saying they might be £1 million a week is a lot of money? Is there rumours for saying that they'd possibly in a better position if they had let him go in the summer, possibly?
I think you look at it in two ways. I think from a footballing side of thing, I don't think you can ever say that a team will be better off without Messi. I think from a footballing club perspective, maybe they would have been financially, and I think that City can definitely afford whatever his wages are. So I think that it probably would have made sense for it to go ahead, and that's why Messi probably wanted it to go ahead. And he had the whole falling out with the president about it. Um, I think we'll see a big change now. I don't think we'll necessarily see a huge change in Koeman's football and the results and things like that. But I'm delighted that president has gone because he's torn everything out of that club. He's been like a virus to them.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's now gone is at least gives them a chance to come back and be the Barcelona that we. I mean, I don't care what you say. Every fan in the world loved watching Barcelona at the peak of their powers. So, hopefully we can get back to something like that.